Each person who enters a clean room or clean area must be responsible for their own personal hygiene and cleanliness, not just for product-related, but for social reasons as well. We go to great lengths to ensure that the products are contamination-free. Protection from physical contamination in the air is controlled by sophisticated air handling and filtering systems, the cleanroom. We clean production machinery take care of production equipment and its maintenance, of the materials used in the product, and of the clothing used throughout the plant. Among the most important are the procedures which take us into account as well in our personal hygiene and cleanliness. So where do we start? The first thing is to consider what types of contamination we've been in contact with since last being at work. For example, have we done anything or been anywhere that might cause problems? To imagine that most scalps, no matter how much hair or how little, will generate a lot of skin flakes. It's called dandruff, as well as loose hairs. And it's not difficult to imagine that these are happy hunting grounds for tens of thousands of microorganisms, which can be demonstrated by incubation to illustrate the presence of bacteria. And that's even after the hair is washed thoroughly and dried. And the mouth. The risks of creating contamination from the mouth are almost in direct proportion to the volume of oral activity, with the least risk coming from normal breathing. Risks increase with coughing, shouting, and sneezing, which is the most dangerous because of the droplets which are expelled and from which the liquid evaporates, leaving tiny dust-like particles to settle. For obvious reasons, a person who sneezes or coughs can cause thousands of particles to be released. And think of the number of times we blink in an hour. For some people, the areas around the eyes are also a source of skin problems. And what about the eyebrows? Ears can also present skin problems quite apart from the waxes that are secreted naturally. And both eyes and ears are sources of skin contamination caused by the rubbing of headgear, by masks, by spectacles, and worst of all, by conscious or unconscious. Let's look at the reasons why. The first reason is technical, because virtually all cosmetics consist of millions of individual particles, and most cosmetics are based on viscous or greasy base materials which hold particles and microorganisms, which are dispersed either by abrasion or by our own actions in the same way as, and in addition to, the particles and liquids that are a natural part of our bodies. One large breeding ground for dead skin flakes and germs, with some parts, the warm and moist areas, being better nurseries than others. In terms of personal cleanliness and hygiene, as it affects working in cleanrooms, all parts of the body must be kept as clean as possible. This means that the need for regular washing and bathing is of paramount importance. While having a bath can be